I met a lot of fascinating people and knew them for them. And then when I was in college, sometimes I would realize that I was studying people that I had met. Um, but to me, they were the people at the cocktail party or the dinner party or the opening. Um, Franz always loomed large because I would have been Franz Hopkins if I was a boy, for one. Um, but uh, he was Dad's, very best friend, and he definitely was an influence in my photography. Um, Mondrian as well. Obviously, I didn't meet either of those. My first painters or artists that I loved were Siskind and Callahan, um, because they were kind of doing what I wanted to do with photography, even though they were very far back from it. Although Siskind did a lot of black and whites, of walls and things like that. Um, I saw a show of Michael Canna when I was at Hampshire, and somehow it made me realize that I could go to art school and do this. So that was a big moment, and I did tell him that when I met him, um, later on after going to art school. And I did get to meet all my photographer luminaries, but obviously none of the painters. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of Dad's friends were influential in terms of personality and in terms of my writing. And Dad had this whole thing about my dinner with, not my dinner with Andre, my friend Degas. When I was 10, Dad gave me the book, my friend Degas, and a little notebook to write in. And he said, "These are all interesting people that you're meeting. Write down the stories," which I did. And I've just now been, in the last few years, working on a memoir about my childhood. And it was fascinating to sort of realize later on who my parents were, um, in dealing with their estates and going through all of Mom's files. Mom was Mom. She wasn't really the important art historian that she is. And I didn't know that, really. And I found myself the other day saying to my daughter, "You should ask me about me while I'm still here, because I would love to have dinner with my parents and ask them all kinds of questions." But it's too late.